So we have installed our WordPress on our local host, and now we can start building our own website. But before we begin, I would want to address this. You should always on your ZAMP, that's your local server, before you um you can log in. Let me show you something. Let's assume now my server is on, that's why you can see this. But let's assume I just on my laptop and automatically this should be off. So let me stop it first and let me show you. Now let's say I want to visit localhost slash WordPress. That's my website. If I should try visiting it now, I will have an error, and that's because my local host is not on. So you will likely encounter this error. So always, all you need to do is just to on your local server. That's the first thing you do. So now let's on our local server and wait for it to start. The Apache, alright. Now boot the Apache and MySQL on. Let's now refresh this. And as you can see, this is now working. This is our front end. This is what our page visitors will see. This is what our customers will see, and it's called the front end. So if you want to see what your customers will see, you just need to go to your front end, and to go to your front end, you just need to visit localhost slash WordPress. Localhost slash WordPress this here. This is the front end. This is what will take you to see what your customers are seeing. So now, but then you need to design this. As you can see, this is so plain, and this is not what we want to. We want to have a page like this. We want to have this page. This is what we are building today. So to do that, you need to go to where you can design it. And if you want to go to where you can design, you need to go to your backend. That's where all the design are being done. So to go to your backend, all you need to do is just to go to localhost slash WordPress slash WP slash WP dash admin. This link will take you to your backend. Let me show you. This is the link now. This second link will take you to your backend where you do all your designs. So now let's wait for it to load and see what we will have. Oh, as you can see now, this is our backend, and um now this is where we can do all the designs we have. So now we have steps. I've already written down the steps we are going to follow to design our website. Now let me show you all the steps. Now the first step is to start our server, which I've already mentioned earlier. That's the first step, and the second step is to log into your backend, which is what we just did. Now localhost slash WordPress slash WP admin. Now, sometimes let's say you take long before you come in. This may, when you visit this site, it will ask for your login details. That's the username and the password you use when installing the local when installing WordPress on your local server. So I hope you don't forget that. That is what you need to use to log into your. So now the third thing is to change our theme. Now the theme is just like let's say we just build a house, how and the first look of the house before we put furniture and we paint the house is just like a black house. Okay, let me show you this. This is our house. Let's say this is our house. As you can see, this is so black. It doesn't really look nice. So if we will change the paint, we have to change the theme. That's the meaning of the paint. That's the paint on the website. It's called the theme. So now let's do that. And the theme we are going to be using for this video is the Ocean WP. So to change the theme, just come to your appearance by your left hand side. As you can see, if you hover on it, you will have these options. And the first option here is called theme. So just click on theme. And when it opens, you see we have these three themes, right? We have these three themes. This comes with your WordPress. So we need to install a new one. We need to add a new one. So all you need to do is just to come to this add new, click on add new and wait for it to load. And when it loads, you have all these from above here. You see we have popular, we have latest, we have blog themes, we have favorite. We have there. You can just check these to find one you want. And also, if let's say you have your theme already, the one you want to use, you can just click on upload here and you can upload it. But we don't have anyone here, so we choose from the one we have. So you can search for Ocean WP here, but then it's a popular theme and it should be under popular. So let's just scroll down and see the popular themes. Alright, this is Ocean WP. All you need to do is just click on install and wait for it to finish installing. So now our theme has finished installing. All you need to do next is to click on activate. Now let's activate this. Okay, now our theme has finished activating. Now let's go back and view our front end, what the customers will see. So let's just refresh this and see what we will have. So as you can see now we have a new different look. So this is what it means to change your theme. After we change our theme now, as you can see, we have a look. So now let's go back and move to the next step. Now this is our back end. So let's now check our steps. And what's the next step? The next step is to create pages. So now let's go back and create our pages. So to create pages, you just need to come to pages here. From when you hover on pages, you see add new, and you can also see add all pages. If you want to view all the pages, you can just click on that. But we want to add new, so we click on add new and wait for it to load. So now this has opened. So all you need to do here is just to click on add title now and give it a name. So I'll just name mine home, and this will okay. I'll just give mine name home, and after you name it, you can click on publish here, click on publish, and you also click on publish again. So this has finished publishing, and you can view the page by clicking here, and also you can add new page if you want to. So, but I don't want to add a new page. I just want to go back to my back end. But then, as this is loading, I will show you the new page we just created. So, alright, as you can see, this is the home page we just created. But now from above here, we have this home title. We don't really want to see this title, and also we have this sidebar, all this search and everything here. We don't want them. So now we have to edit the page to remove them. So let's go back to our back end and come to all pages. We are on all pages here. Now come here and click on edit. Open edit in a new tab. Okay, as you can see, we are on edit page, but there are not much things we can do here. That's because we don't have the plugin that will allow us to edit this page. So now let's go back and install the plugins we need for all this, which is our next steps. Which is our next step after creating our pages. Now we install the necessary plugins. That's the um, fifth step. Now let's go back and install the necessary plugins. So we have three plugins that we want to use for this. The first one is Elementor. The second one, the Elementor will be used to create this website, and the second one is Ocean Extra, which is a plugin for Ocean WP theme that we just installed. This will allow us to edit the page the way we want, and then these essential add-ons will allow us to duplicate the pages we want. So I just want these essential add-ons just to make my work easy, but it's not really that important. If you don't want to follow the shortcut, you can just install these two Elementor and Ocean Extra. So now let's first install these three plugins. So let's go back to our backend, and to install plugin you need to come to this plugin, just click on add new. Since we are adding new plugins, so now we are here. From here, you can just upload a plugin if you have any. But if you don't have any, you can just search for the plugin you are looking for, and also you can check on popular, featured, and recommended plugins to see the one you need. So the first one we need is our Ocean Extra. Ocean Extra. And one thing with Ocean Extra is when you install the Ocean WP theme, it will give you this button here. You can install and activate it automatically from here. But then I just want to show you this. So just click on install now and wait for it to finish installing. So now our Ocean Extra has finished installing. So all you need to do, you can click on activate, but I don't want to do that right now because I will activate all the plugins I want at the same time. So now just search for Elementor, which is the second plugin Elementor that we want to install. Just search for it and wait for it to load. Okay, now we have this after we search for Elementor. Now this our Elementor website builder, and also this is the third plugin we need. So we just click on install now. We just install both the plugins at the same time and wait for them to finish installing. Okay, now our Elementor has finished installing, so let's just wait for our essential add-ons to finish installing. So now both our plugins have been finished installing, so all we need to do is to come back to install plugins. Under plugins here we have install plugins. Now just click on install plugins. Okay, now our plugins has opened. Now just scroll down. As you can see, we have other plugins. We have this Akim Smith anti-spam. We didn't actually install this. It comes along with the WordPress that we were installing earlier. Okay, so also we have this Hello Dolly, which is also another plugin that comes with WordPress. But then we install this Elementor, so we just click on it. We also install essential add-ons. We also install this Ocean Extra. So all you need to do is after selecting only three, just come here and click on activate. This bulk action, click on activate. We want to activate more than one plugin at the same time. Now just click on apply, and all the three plugins you just installed will be activated at the same time. Right, this is just an easier way to do that instead of us doing it one by one. So I always prefer to install all the plugins I need, and then I will activate them at the same time. So now as you can see, all our plugins have been installed, have been activated. Elementor have been activated, essential others have been activated, and also Ocean Extra has been activated. Now you can see them. Right, before it was activate, it has the option activate, but now it only has the option deactivate. And also after activating them, we have some other options by our left hand side. Now we have Elementor and the templates we can use. We also have essential add-ons. We from above we also have WP extra. Now let me show you the use of this WP extra. Remember the page we click on edit, this edit page, and we don't have many options, right? We want to move our this title. We want to move this home title, and we can't do that because we don't have a place to do that. Now let's refresh this edit button, the edit page, and I will show you something. Let's open the page first to see what our viewers will be seeing. Let's come to pages. And let's wait a bit for it to finish loading. Now this is our page, right? Now let's come to view and right click and view in new tab so that we'll be seeing what our customers will be seeing. And let's just wait a bit. Now these are backend and these are front end. Let's drop back. Okay, our front end is okay. Now this our front end, this the page our customers are seeing. You see we have this home and I say we want to move it, and also we have this search bar. Now alright, sidebar menu, and we don't want it. Now we have refreshed this edit page, and this is where we will remove all this. Remember earlier we can't really remove them because we don't have the plugin, but now as we have installed the plugin Ocean Extra, it will give us the ability to move this side and also the home title. So now let's just wait a bit for it to finish loading, and we'll do that. Okay, now this has finished loading, and this our site title, right? This our we don't actually have these options earlier. So now the first thing we need to do is to move this sidebar. To do that, under this main we have all this content layout, we have sidebar. Under shortcut, if you come to shortcut, we have other options. Under shortcut, you see we have shortcut before top bar, all that, but we want to be on our main. Click on main, click on main, and we have content layout. So the first thing we need to we want to edit is to edit our content layout and make it 100% full width. It means this we don't want this side title. So now let's make it 100% full width, and also after we make it 100% full width, now we come to title. We also don't want the title, and we just disable this. When we disable it, now just click on update, and when it finished updating, now just refresh your home page, and you see the magic. Let's wait for this to finish reloading. All right, this has finished reloading, and as you can see, we don't have the title anymore, and we don't have the sidebar anymore, but then the page is so blank, right? But this with this we have already make everything all right. So now the next thing we want to do now after is to go back to our back end, since we have this and we have already edited this page. Now we want to have all these pages. This a home page, this is support page, this all our headers here are pages, are different pages, right? So we want to create all these pages, and now if we should add new page, we still have to go through all the stress of editing the page, removing the site title, removing the sidebar. So I don't really I like doing that. I don't want that to go through all those stress. So just come to EA duplicator. That's why um we we installed that plugin essential add-ons. So now since we have 5 pages here, one, two, three, four, five, let's just duplicate this home page and edit it into five, and then edit it to suit our purpose. Now let's just click on edit EA duplicator and duplicate it to 5 places. If you just click on it, it will start duplicating. So just wait a bit for it to finish duplicating. So now as you can see, we have home copy. We just duplicate this. Now we duplicate this into 5 times 2. So let me pause the video and I will come back after we finish duplicating. Now I have finished duplicating, and as you can see, we have 5 different home pages. We have one, two, copy, three, four, five. But then at the end you see draft. It means this pages has not been published, and that's one. Secondly, we need to change the name to suite or this name, right? So let's change the name. To do that, you just come to quick edit here, click on quick edit. We have the title. Now we want to change this from home copy to products is the first thing you need to do, and scroll down a bit to status here. This draft, now change it to publish. When you click on publish now, just wait a bit for it to finish updating. Just click on update here. Now just wait for it to finish updating, and this should, you see, now we have this product, this product page, and we don't have draft. This means it has finished, it has been published. So now let's do the same way to these 3 pages. I will pause the video and do the same thing, then come back. Now I have finished editing all the 5 pages, but then if we should refresh our home page now, nothing really changed. Although we have created all the 5 pages, but then we can't see them in the main menu, and that's because we haven't really add them to our menu. So now as you can see, the page have finished loading, yet we can see them. So now let's go back and add them to our menu so that we can see them just as we can see all this. So to do that, all you need to do is just to come back to appearance, and under appearance, when you open on appearance, you will see theme, customize widgets, and menus. Now click on menus, and when this open, we want to create our header menu, right? That's the menus above here. It's called the header menu. So now let's wait for this to finish loading, and then we will now add all these pages to our header menu. As you can see, this is our menu, and we don't really have any menu right now. So let's create our menu. Now by our left hand side, you can see these are our pages, but then we can't add them, and that's because we don't have a menu. So now let's keep this a name. Let's call it primary. You can name it anything you want. So since this is the name of our menu, so what's the settings of the menu? Where do you want the menu to be? Now we want it to be in our header. This place, we want it to be this place or this place. So all you do is to select this menu. This will make our menu to be on our header. Now then click on create menu. So now our menu has been created. Now as you can see, you can now select all these pages you have. So here we have all these pages. You can click on this checkbox to select it, and you can also click on select all. Since we have 5 pages and we want all the 5 pages to be on our site, we just click on select all and we click on add to menu. So now these pages will be added to our menu, and if we save this menu and refresh our page, we will now have all the menus on our page. Let's wait a bit and do that. So now these are our pages. As you can see, we have them all here. So now click on save menu, click on save menu. And now let's refresh our home page. That one is saving. Although this is taking a Alright, let's wait for this to finish. Our menus has been saved. So let's wait for our home page, our front end to finish loading and see what we will have. So let's wait for it to finish loading. Now as you can see, we have all the pages here. we have contact us, we have blog, we have this, we have this. But then the arrangement is not the same as we have on our page. We want home to be first, then support, then product, then blog, then. So this is just scattered. We want home to be here, then support to be next, then product to be the third one, and blog. So let's now edit our menu. So now coming back to your menu. Now all you need to do is just to drag the one you want. Now let's drag this and make it the first one. Keep it, put it at the first stage. Now then we have support to be the next. Um, Now also here, as you can see, this alignment, this home and the support, the alignment are not the same. This should now be as a drop down button. So we don't want this to be like this. We want it to be on the same page. I will show you how that works. Okay, let me drag this product and let's drop it a bit, a slide. Let's just make it um under this support. Okay, now we have all this. Now if we should save this menu, you see we have home, support. Under support now we have product. Under support, now if we should save this menu and refresh our home page, we will have this product under the support. So let me show you what I mean. Let's refresh this page now. And also to change the arrangement, you just need to drag and drop, drag and drop. So that's for the arrangement. Okay, this has finished saving. Let's wait a bit for it to finish loading. Now this has finished loading. As you can see, we have changed the arrangement. And under support now, you have this arrow. When you hover on, you have this product, which is because this happened because we put this product under support, and that's how it works. You see now it's under product. So we don't want that. We want it to be after support, not under support. So all you need to do is just drag this and drag it down. Okay. Okay, our picture is not finishing in this X, and drag it and put it on the same alignment. Alright, now when you save this, you should have what you want. So this is the menus. This is the seventh step. Now let's go to the next step, which is to build our website with Elementor. So now let's first refresh our homepage. These are home front end, what people will be seeing, and let's see if what we did is working. So now also, since we are going to create our website, we are going to create our web page now. Remember, on every page we have different design. So now let me hover on his website, on his design, so that you see. As you can see, this home, this is the home page. We are under home page, and this is the design we have. So now let's go back to our backend and go to pages. When we go to pages now, okay, now you see we have this all together. So now go back to your pages, all pages. When this opens, just wait for a bit for it to load, and I'll show you something. So now we want to edit our homepage now, and we are editing it with Elementor. But as you can see now, we don't have edit with Elementor now, and that's because we haven't changed anything. Now to change it, to edit with Elementor, you click on edit. But here I forgot to mention Elementor is a page builder used to create a website, to design a website. You will use Elementor to design the website and give it the look you want it to have. Let's say you want an image on your website, you use Elementor to add image. If you want a text, you use Elementor to add text. That's the use of Elementor, right? The Ocean Extra is just used for the editing of the theme, but then Elementor is used for the website editing. So now we are here. After we click edit, we are here. Now let's just wait a bit for this to finish loading, and we will have edit with Elementor from above here. So let's wait a bit for it to finish loading. So now as you can see, we have edit with Elementor here. Now just click on edit with Elementor and it will pop you to a place where you can edit the WordPress. This will take a bit long, so I will just wait for it to finish loading, then I will continue the video. So now this is how our page will look like. Alright, now let me explain this. This is the Elementor page builder. This is how it looks. And from our left side here, we have all these elements. These are called elements. Now let's say we want to add a heading. We just need to come to this heading and drag and drop it on our page. Now I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Let's say I want to add an image, you drag an image and drop it. If you want to add a text, you also drag it and drop it. Now these elements are all under basic element. As you can see, this is basic. These are all under basic element. So we have other elements also. You can add any of these elements under your favorite. So you can just click, whenever you click on favorite, you see it under your favorite. After basic, we also have this general. We have general. We have the image box. We have the icon box. We have the star rating, and we have others. And after all this, we also have the essential add-on. Under essential add-ons give us also other uh, functionalities. So you can add this advanced tab. You can add all this. You can just search for anyone you want, and all you need to do is just double click on it, drag and drop on your page. Now this is the use of all this. So we will see how to use all these elements in a bit. So now by our right side here, we have all these three options. This first option is to add a section. Now, what is a section? A section is just like, just look at this design. This green is the first section, right? And this second one is another section. This third one here is another option. And these are what sections mean. So let me explain something here. Just look at this first section, this green section. From here, you can see that we have like three sections. This first one, by the left hand side, we have space, and we have the main section where all these writings are being done. We have under it, we also have button here, and also we have this right section, which is also a free space. But let's look at this third section. It just have two sections. The first section, which is just writing section, and the second section, which is just an image section. So now let's see how we do that. So before I do that, first I want to show you this. This is where you can add template. If you click on this, Elementor comes with some preview, let me say pre-built template. You can just select one of these templates and you can use it to, let's say you can just use it to um, build your website. You can come to favorite popular here and you see if you have any template, you see it under here. So I don't have any right now, and if you want to upload your template, you can just come to my template here and you can edit it. You can also upload that. So I don't really use this often, so let's just close this. And also this is for essential add-ons, and also we won't be using this for now. So now we are only using this. So now just click on this plus icon. When you click on this plus icon, you have all these three options. You have all these options, right? This one is just like for which type of structure you want. Do you want a full structure, like let's say, is it a text that you want, or do you want it to be like a two section, just like this? Here is a two structure. The first one is for the text and the second one is for the image. So here you select the structure you want. So don't forget we are building this first one here, and like I said, we have three structures here. We have this the left hand, by left hand side we have space, and we have the main section, which is a bit let me say wider than the two other sections. So now let's select something like that. So as you can see, this is the one here. We have this section, we can use it for the space, and this section we can use it for our main text, and also this one is also similar, but then the space is too much. So let's use this. Let's use this. So just click on it, and when you click on it, you should have something like this. Now, as you can see, because this was selected, now we have all these options by our left, not this anymore, not this anymore. not our heading, not our element anymore. That's because this is selected. And let's say, for example, you made a mistake and you can't find the options anymore. All you need to do is just to come to this six dot, click on this six dot, and now the left section will be changed to how you edit this color. So now the first thing we want to do is to is to make this section, first section, as you can see, it's very small, and we want to make it bigger, like it should cover all the screen. And to do that, all you need to do is to increase the height, right? This height is very small, so to increase the height, come to height option here, height option, click on default and make it fit to screen. Now as you can see, it's now a full screen height. So now after this height, we have changed the height. The next thing we have is we have our he has an image as the background, and also a background overlay. Image is the background and the color above is called the background overlay, the green color. So now to add the image is a style. So background is a style. You just need to, from above here you have layout, style and advanced. Come to style, click on style, and under style now you have background overlay, you have um other options. So now background, as you can see, is normal. So under normal you have classic here. Now just click on the classic and you should have two options. Is it color that you want to have as your background, or is it an image? Now the background he used is an image, so we want an image. So if you don't have an image that you want to use, you just need to go to unsplash.com and search for an image here. Now here you have three different sources of images that you can use for free here. But then I have the image I want to use, so I'll just click on choose image from here. Layout is nothing. So under style, I'll just click on choose image, and I can now select the image I want on my background. So here now I have two options. I can upload the image from my laptop by clicking on upload from here, and I can select it from my files. You see this will load my files, and you can select any image you want from your folder, or rather you can, if you have images on your WordPress website, you can just click on media library. Like I have some images, so I'll just click on media library here, and I will select the image I want. So I want this first one. I'll just click on it. I will select it. When you click on it, you see these options here. You have insert. So just click on insert image here. So click on insert. So now the image has been inserted, but then as you can see, we have it here, but it's too big, it's not clear. So now we need to change the size of the image. So by our left here, we can now change the size of the image by clicking on size. We have the button, now change it to contain or cover. Let's make it cover, and as you can see, we have the image we want it to be. But then we want this a green color, right? We want it to be covered with this green color. So now let's come back to our background overlay. Just click on background overlay. Just click on background overlay, and also you have two options: classic. Just click on classic. You have color and you have image. So we want color, so just select colors and come to green. Let's come to this green, and as you can see, I have this green, but then it's still the image is still showing much. So now all I need to do is to, from below here, I will have this opacity. Now just increase the opacity, just drag it. Now as you can see, the color is increasing and the image is fading. So I want something like this okay now. So I have this. All you need to do now, since we have the image, is we have everything the way we want is to come back to our element because we want to add all these text and button. Now just come to this 9 dot here to go to your element. So don't forget, another thing you need to notice is whenever you do some things, it's important you click on update so that you won't lose your work. So I'll do that a bit later after I add all I want to add. So now come back to your home page. You have, this is the heading, we have text, we have a button here. So now you just come to heading, this is the heading, select and put it, we want it to be in the middle, so just put it in the middle. So now you can just change the text to what he wrote. So solutions, solution, solution to improve the agricultural sector. Okay, this is what he used. So I will just, and also I want this to be in the middle just like its own. So I will just click on alignment here. I'll make it center like this. So another thing here, I'll come to style because I want to change the color to white and also want to make it bigger. So come to style. The first thing here you see is text color. Click on text color and make it white. As you can see, it's now white. Now we want to change the size to be a bit bigger. Now just click on this pen icon. Now increase the size to the way he put his. Now I think this is similar to what he has. Alright, he has a full stop. Now you can go back, you can click from here, you can click here, you can double click on here and you can insert the dots if you want. So the typography, come back, let's reduce it by a point, and now we have exactly he has. So now this is the heading, this is the heading. Now we can now put the text here and also the button. So let's do that first. So let's come to our element. This is our element. Just click on element and click on element, and we want to have text and also a button. So let's just add the two at the same time and we can edit them. So come to under this, you can put on your text editor. You have the text here but it's not clear, but we change it. So come back here again and add your button under the button should be under the text. Now add it. So now we also have our button. So we want to change our button text to get started. Get started is what he wrote. So now here you have the text. You have the text, so you just change it to get started. Started. As you can see, the text is changing. So now the alignment we want it to be in the middle also. So change it to the middle. And also if you want to change the size, you can change the size to, let's say, medium. So sometimes in a button, after the text in a button, you may see let me say an icon. Let's say, is it a download icon? You can just click on, if you have an icon on your phone, you can just, on your laptop, you can just click on upload SVG. The icon should be in SVG, and if you don't have, you can just check the icon library of Elementor. So we have different icons. You can just add an icon you want. So I don't need an icon because he didn't use any icon. So now his button is yellow color button, so I need to change color. So come to style, come to style, now come to style, and here you have the color here. Now change the color to yellow. Now I want it to be this. Okay. Now I have this. So another thing I want to do here is this a normal. What if I hover? If someone comes to this, I want it to have some animation, I want it to grow, and I want the color to change. So you come to hover here under, no, under this text shadow, you click on hover, and you change the text color. Okay, let's change the button color. The button color should be a bit darker. Let's come to yellow. Okay, let's come to yellow, and let's make it a bit darker. So now you won't see it, but if we should hover, can you see it now? It has changed, right? Can you see it? So that's the so, and we want it to grow. Now hover animation, just make it grow. Just make it grow. Meaning if you, can you see it is growing? Can you see it is growing and the color is changing? So that's it for this. Now we have edited our button. Let's edit our text also. Now come to this pen icon, click on text, and you should have this option here. So now we want to change the style, want to change it to white. Now click on this. Now text color, make it white. Click on white, make it white. As you can see, it's now white. And also the alignment should be center, because we want it to be center. So typography, you can increase it also. Let's increase the size of typography. Okay, this is nice. Now we have all this. We have finished the first page. Now just click on update. We have finished the first section. Now just click on update. When this finish updating, just refresh your home page and you see what we will have. So let's wait a bit to finish updating. Okay, it has finished updating. So let's just refresh this page. This was our home page before. So let's refresh it and see what we will have. Now, as you can see, our homepage is something similar to the homepage he has. So let's wait a bit for it to finish updating. So now you can see we have this. So another thing is from above here, our own is white. So later we change it to green so that everything will be green. So now this is just our first section, and after our first section, after this section, we have this section. Now let me scroll so that you see this section. This section we have also, let's say three, we use it three this thing, we use it three sectors, right? We have this first structure and we have the middle one, just like the one we use here. So also, but before then we have space between this and the writing. So first let's add a section for the space. Now go back to your Elementor, go back to Elementor and scroll down. Just scroll down to the end. Now click on this plus icon to add a section. Now we want to have space above. So click, let's use this one. Just click on this first one. And now come to your elements. We want to have a space, right? So now come to your elements and we have this spacer under basic. Now drag the spacer and put it under basic. So now the space is too much. So now let's just make this 25, or let's make it 30. Now you see the space is a bit little. Yeah. So now after this, we also want to have these three sections. These three sections. So under these three sections, we have our header. We also have this icon and vision here. Also have icon and vision. So let's do this. So now you need to add another section here. Now let's make this section 3, but then let's not use this one we use here. Let's use this one. So let's use this one. Let's click on it. And what does his space says? What you should not about us. Then under it we have vision, we have mission, we have our values. So let's come here. Our heading, come to text, come to elements, click on element. Now drag the heading to the middle. Now drag the heading to the middle. and as you can see it's blue in color and the text is not what we want, so we should change it. What Let me see what you should know about us. You should know about us. Now we can make this center align. Then let's change the color to black. Come to style and click on colors. Now make it black color. Now after then you can now change the size, increase typography. Now I want to increase it a bit so that it will be something like the one he used. Now let's leave as 36. So the next thing is to add the um, icon here and this heading and text here. So now there is a particular thing for this element. So just come to this. If let's say you want to add an icon, you can just scroll a bit down. Okay, we have the icon here, but this is not what we want to add. We want to add an icon that has image that we can add a heading and also a text. So this is the icon. It is called the icon box. So just drag it and put it under this. So now you can change the icon, but before we change the icon, the first thing we need to change is the heading and also the text. So we will leave our text as it is, but the heading we will change it to vision. Yeah, I think this one is vision. So let's make it vision. So let's make it vision. So we have vision and also the text, the icon. We can just click on icon library since we don't have any. Let's change. Let's just have vision. Let's search and see if we use vision. Okay, let's use this. I don't know what's the meaning of this, but let's just use this and click on insert. Now, as you can see, we have this, but then the color is also not the one we want. So also, I want to like his own here has, let me say, a cycle is under a cycle. So to do that, you just come to view. Under view here, you have the font. Now you change it to stack. If you should change it to stack, you see you have this, right? So also the stack, let's say it's not a cycle, we can change it to square if you want, but his own is a cycle, so let's leave ours also as a cycle. So now that's for this. And also his icon is by the side, by the left hand side of the text. And to do that, just scroll a bit down, just scroll down, and under the options you have icon position should be by the left. So you see we have this. So let's go and change the colors and also the size of the icon. So come to style, click on style. Now let's first start with the icon. So now the size of the icon, okay, the background primary color of the icon should be let's say green. So change it from blue to is it green? I can't remember the color he used. Okay, let's see if I can recall. Okay, let's just change it to any color. I don't really remember the color and I don't have the color code. So let's just change it to anything. So let's leave it as this. And also this size, we can reduce the size from here. So now this size is okay. So also let's the color. Now this is for the icon. So now let's just close the icon option and come to content. The content, the vision under this content we have where we change the vision color and also that's the heading title and also the text under it. So let's just click on content and wait for it to load. Okay, now the first thing from above here, we have the title, right? We have the title, so we can change the title to black color. Yeah, as you can see, it's changing to black. Now go down to description and also change it to black color. So this okay. Now I think this icon, the color should be green since we can't remember that color. So let's just make it a full green. Let's make it the green we use for. Alright, let's leave it at this, and also let's add this to our grid so that we can use the color in the future. So now we have this, we have all this section. So now the next thing is to do the same thing, and we have our mission and also our values. So I don't want to go through all those stress again. So I'll just click or come here and duplicate this mission, and I will make some changes, a bit, little bit changes. So I'll come to this pen icon and I'll right click on this pen icon. Now duplicate. You should have two. Duplicate again, and you should have the third one. So now let's start with the second one. Just click on this pen icon here. Click on this pen icon and you come to icon box. Change the icon to, let's say, let's search for mission and see if we find something. We don't have the icon, so I don't really know which icon he is. I don't know the names of the icon, so let's just use an icon. Okay, let's use this building. Select this and click on insert. Now we change this, so we also change the text to mission. So also the last one, let's change it to values. So let's first change the text to our values. And also let's change the icon to um let's just use this icon. Just click on insert. So now we have only three additions. So now all you need to do is to click on update. So we just finished the second section here. We just finished the second section here. So now we all we need to do is to come to this third section and to do the same thing for the third section. But let's see if what we are doing is really reflecting, and let's see how our page will look like. So let's wait for this to finish updating, and let's see what we have. So it has finished updating, so let's load this and see what we have. Okay, now as you can see, we have the page he has, right? We have all the second two pages. Now let's come down and create the third one, which is the this section. This section has just two spaces. The first section is the heading, then text, then a button. Then this section also has an image. So let's create two sections now. So the first, before we create two sections, if we should create a section, they will actually be together, but then he has a space here. So let's first create a space for our spacer first. So come to this plus icon. Now add this spacing. Now add this section and bring your spacer. Come to element, and now drag your spacer to this place. So let's leave this as 50. This is the first one. We have 25. So now let's click on plus icon and create a two section, right? Create a two section. So now let's do this very quick. Now we have this two section, and by our right hand side we have an image. By our left hand side we have heading, we have text, we also have a button. So now let's just do this fast. Just click on your element options. Now by our right side we have the buttons, we have the image, so we drag our image and drop it by the right hand side. Now we have the image. So let's wait for it to finish loading. So by the left hand side we have the heading. So let's put the heading here. And under the heading we also have the image. We didn't add the image well. So let's finish our left side first. So under the heading we have the text. So come to under heading, put your text, and also under text go back to your element. Under text we have a button. So just put the button here, and we have all the three. So now let's go back and add our image. So let's drag the image and put it by our left side. So now we have all three. So let's start editing the image and come to this image section. Click on choose image, and you can now select from your laptop if you have any. If you don't have any and you have already uploaded some images on your WordPress website, you can select from media library. But I've already shown you the Unsplash. You can search for any image. Let's say basket of tomato, basket of tomatoes. And search for it, and when you click you can select the ones you want. So now here I want this one. I have this on my library, so I'll just insert this. I'll insert this, and also the text. I can now edit this heading first. So I want this heading to be black, so I'll just write the come to right, and let's see, I have the heading. Let's just copy and edit this text. Okay, let's come to dummy text generator. So let's search for any heading and put it there. We won't just let's select this, copy, come back to our page after this added it. So we have this as our color, as our heading. So now let's change the color, come to styles and change the color to black. Now change the color to black. So the content is much, and I don't want that, and it doesn't look nice. So let me cut this. Okay. Yeah, this is working. So now let's come to the text and click on text. Also, let's edit the text and add some stuff on it. Now let's just paste what we have copied, and also let's make this black. So let's make it black. So now we have all together. So now let's change the color of this to the green we are using. I've already saved it as our listing. So come to color button, come to style. I don't know what here, so I'll leave it as click here. So come to style, and under style we have this color here. But you see this word icon, just click on it. This is where we set our color. Now this is my color, the green that we are using, so just click on it, and now just click on update. So when this page updated, we should have a page like this that has this first section, this second section, and this third section. So let's refresh this page. Okay, let's wait for it to finish updating first. It's still updating. Let's wait for it to finish updating. So now it has finished updating. So let's refresh this. Now this is our home page, and as you can see, we have okay. It has not finished. It has not finished loading. So let's wait for it to finish loading. So now it's loading. So now, as you can see, we have everything the way we want it to be. The image is also loaded, so let's just wait a bit to finish loading. So yeah, we have all this together. So this is the page we have. So now all we need to do is just to edit this, right? Let's edit this, or we can just leave it the way it is, so we don't really need it now. So this is all for this video, and in the next video I will show you how you can edit the heading to be a transparent heading also. That one. Secondly, I will show you how you can add this image section, and thirdly I will show you how to add the footer section. So that's all for this video, and see you in the next one.